rescued or the army rescued. Usually these are the reports. I think in this case it's the police who rescued the corpsman. Is it the police now? I need to check my facts. But they were rescued according to the report. Now I'm reminded of, is it Nabia's situation, the family, and they came out and categorically said that the report of police rescuing them is false, and they paid a ransom. So I do not know if that's the case now. Even the situation in Ekiti State, where we were told that the children were rescued. Remember, there were reports that they paid ransom. They even gave them fried rice and some other, items like drugs and drinks and the likes. I mean, the audacity from the kidnappers, I should say. However, one person has now joined 4 other corps members who regained freedom, remaining 3. So the question then is, if they indeed were rescued, why was one corps member and the driver rescued alone and not the other 3 persons or 3 corps members that remain in the den of the kidnappers? However, I do think we should continue to talk about this. They may not be from Rivers State. Yes, they are from Akwa Ibom State. But it still behoves on us to talk about it, because you never would know. This insecurity is traveling. If you say, it doesn't concern me, I'm guessing people in Akwa Ibom State at some time were saying, it's happening in the northern part of the country. It does not concern us. And lo and behold, this is the situation. And remember, I told you that this kidnap was the second one that happened to corps members traveling from Akwa Ibom State. The first one happened in Kogi State. They regained their freedom. I can't remember how it went, how it transpired, how it panned out, but they did regain their freedom immediately. But the second batch on their way to Sokoto kidnapped or met their kidnappers at Zamfara State August 17 up until now. We still have 3 left in the custody of the kidnappers. So the question then is, what can we do? Crowdfunding has been done so that people who have been kidnapped can regain their freedom. Kidnap victims can regain their freedom. There was another one that happened yesterday. 2 buses, I've been told. I think the reports on social media say 2 buses, one belonging to, I don't think I need to call the names of the companies, but however, two buses on their way from a southeastern state to Abuja, and they're demanding for huge sums of money as usual. And the kidnapping thing is becoming a trend. Is becoming the new oil business, because it's churning out a lot of money. But I should also mention that a lot of suspects have also been caught by the police, by the security agents, as it relates to the Ekiti State's kidnapping of school children. I think about 6 suspects, if I get my digits right, if I'm having the digits right, about 6 suspects have been kidnapped. And in Abuja, so many other suspects have also been arrested. I think in another state, much more suspects. So I guess the police are also reacting to what is happening as it relates to kidnapping in Nigeria. But I'd like to get your say on this very issue and what you think. But let's quickly move on now to the second big story. And the second big story is talking about reports emanating from Kano State that just like their counterparts in Niger State yesterday, Mina to be precise, that they have come out on the streets to say, we no go gree, we no go gree. Government, we they die, we no go gree. And that's what they're saying. They are protesting against the high cost of living. And you and I know what we're talking about when we talk about high cost of living. A bag of rice is about 70,000 naira. And I know we're very religious people and we tend to pray a lot, but the reality on the ground is that inflation has weakened the purchasing power of a lot of families, and people are on the streets or were on the streets in Kano I think sometime today, and they protested. Yesterday, the governor of Kano State, Governor Yusuf, was talking with businessmen, and he promised them that he was going to take the message to the president to tell President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that things are tough, and Kano State should be given some kind of respite, some kind of relief. And I don't really know what that relief will be, but he said he was going to talk with the president on that one. But while the protesters are on the streets in Niger and Kano, and who knows, maybe other states will want to pick up from where these two states have left it, just to make a point that things are not going very well. While all of these are happening, the president's wife, Remi Tinubu, yesterday, mentioned that everybody should calm down. This is a tough time, but it's going to be a tough time for a little while. He said the tough times will fade away. That's how she put it. And she's saying everybody should put their faith on, put it on, keep believing, and things will become all right eventually. And she's not the first person from government who has come out to say this. I mean, by the way, I do not know if you've seen Atiku's response to Bayo Nanuga. I should have added that to the big stories, but I don't think I had space for that. But you could go read that one up and tell me what you think as well. But let's quickly move on now to the final big story. And the final big story says that the State High Court in Port Harcourt has renewed and extended the interim order restraining the police from arresting, detaining, and harassing former lawmaker Edison Ehie until the determination of his suit. Now, Justice S.H. Aprioku also gave the lawyer Celeste Dixie 3 days on to the process and joined the case 15 February for hearing. Earlier, lawyer Mr. Ehie, a senior advocate of Nigeria, Damian Okoro, informed the court that despite the interim order, the police declared his client wanted. As you may know, the Martin Ameole-led lawmakers had written a criminal petition against Edison Ehie to the Rivers State Police Command on the invasion and burning of the chambers of the Rivers State House of Assembly by hoodlums. Correspondent Michael Otaka reports that Mr. Ehie had sought the court to restrain the police or other security agencies from arresting, detaining, and harassing him over the issue. Yeah, so that's the new development as it concerns the big story we touched on, I think, on Thursday, when I mentioned that courts of coordinate jurisdiction, high courts basically, had given conflicting orders as it relates to the allegations pointing to Ehie as being the mastermind or being one of the people responsible for the burning or the destruction of a portion of the House of Assembly complex, the then House of Assembly complex, and the killing of DPO Bako Angbashim. And he has denied it. He said it is not, and he tried to remove himself from the allegation sheet. But the court sometime, was it this week? Was it on Monday? Yeah, I think it was on Monday. Told him he has a case to answer. And the courts here in River State, the State High Court is saying that the police should hold it, should wait pending the determination of the suit. Okay, so I'm wondering how this, I'm wondering if Justice Apriku's court was notified of another judgment from the Federal High Court in Abuja. I would like to see how this plays out. We're watching. This is the new development. We'll look at more developments as it happens. And of course, I believe the newsroom will bring you all the necessary details as the news evolves. All right. While all of this is happening, I still would like to take your thoughts. I still would like to get your opinion and allow you have your say on what we say, so you can share your ideas. I can tell you what I think as well, and then we have a proper conversation for development. 25 minutes gone past the hour of 3. It's time for me to open the phone lines, and for those of you who are avid listeners, you already know what the phone numbers are, but for first timers, you're welcome. I like to think this is our own kind of church where we, service the nation. We talk for development, basically. And the numbers you can, service with or worship with, so to say, is or are, because they're about 2-3 numbers: 0817 923 0002. Once again, 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. 0817 923 0003. We also have 0817 923 0007. Right? So these are the numbers. I like to hear from you, and I like to hear what you're thinking as it relates to the big stories that I've mentioned. And there is the extra, in our parlance we call it Jara. There is the article on Atiku's response to Bayo Onanuga. I find that article interesting. I find that report rather interesting. I like to hear from you what you think about it. I mean, it listed so many things as response. It said, first, it wasn't just criticizing, that there were reasons why he was criticizing, and it's because the president has failed to implement properly the policies that he has reeled out, the removal of subsidy, the unification or the liberalization of the naira. And he said that the Tinubu's government can go back to his manifesto for the election and read on it and see what they can glean. And he also said something, he said some other things, I can't remember it all, but like I said, go read it. He posted it on his X account. If you're not on X, you could read it. I think it's on several newspaper pages for today. Several newspaper pages for today to go there and read. But for now, I'm going to go to the phone lines and see who I have there. Remember, we're live on Facebook, Nigeria Info PH. We're live on YouTube as well, Nigeria Info PH. And we're active on X and interactive as well, Nigeria Info PH. I like to get your thoughts. I'm just going to head to Facebook now and see what comments have been dropped there. So you want to head to Facebook and drop your comments there as well. And let's see what you have on your mind. Okay, I think the network is slow there, so I'm just going to go back to the phone lines are also slow today. I do not know what's wrong. Okay, I'll just keep trying. And WhatsApp is also okay. So I'm just going to I think network is messy everywhere. But let's try it with WhatsApp now and see. So it says, "Good day, Canada. As I was reading the news on the protests in Kano and Mina, I remembered a few months where everyone was hailing the government for the rice palliative. Ha 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 ha. So the bags of rice shared are finished. Why are people protesting? I thought the palliative will cushion the effect of subsidy removal," sarcasm, he said. "Nigerians refuse to have sense, and believe me, Canada, come 2027, this APC will still come and campaign, and you will see people clustered to receive peanuts from them. That is the sorry state we are right now." Okay, Franklin, thank you. I've got Clinton from Bori. Clinton, welcome. What is on your mind? Hello, Clinton.
Hello, Canada.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, the protest that is going on in Kano, I think it will be a chain reaction. It's not just the Kano. Some other states will still start protesting. It's not only Kano that is suffering.
Okay.
We are all suffering in Nigeria. And even as much as the president is being positive, because when you listen to him speak, this confidence that comes with his speech, you will believe that tomorrow things will be better. But things keeps getting tougher every day. So I don't think it's only Kano that will feel it. There's feeling the impact. Everybody's doing the same. And the government should be proactive enough and start acting. We are not waiting for tomorrow again. It should start from today because things are really tough.
But Clinton, what I mean, when you say start from today, what really can we do? I mean, I think the CBN governor was before the House of Reps today. I think a committee. And also the economic minister was also, or the economy minister was also before the House of Reps as well. So what really can we do? Because everybody seems concerned about the state of our economy right now, the state of the nation.
Like, Kalada, this boy you're telling us that they are before the House of Assembly, House of Reps, rather. What was the outcome now? Well, why did they invite them? Is it not because the economy is bad?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, they should answer question. What's the timeline? When are you trying to recover? When are people going to start feeling the impact of governance?
Okay, all right.
Even those in the National Assembly, they are also part of the problem. Because their own budget is equating the budget of Nigeria.
Not so almost equating, but
we are suffering.
All right.
Kalada, we are suffering. They are not feeling it, but we are feeling it.
All right.
On the issue of Edison Ehie, Kalada, for people say this. Why is it that Edison Ehie is in the media? When somebody came up and alleged, why didn't they try that man? Why did they follow the same procedure they are following Edison now? The media is catching on the story now. Everywhere it's Edison. Why didn't they do the same thing to the names that I mentioned?
All right.
So I think they are really following the process here.
All right, thank you very much, Clinton. I've got Lugat from HA. Lugaman, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear.
Kalada.
Yeah, Lugaman.
Lugaman from HA.
All right, welcome.
Yeah, thank God the court today have given another order. I want to say that Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, IGP, please save Rivers people from what we are passing through. Be neutral. The duty of a police is to be neutral, not to side one party. Now, the court have said, please don't arrest Edison. Please, police in Rivers State, don't throw the state into anarchy. You see, nobody have monopoly of violence. Not that Rivers people are keeping quiet does not mean that maybe we cannot come out one day and say, kill us. And we are still watching. So police, please, don't push us to the street. On the, you remember, it's and maybe push us to the wall. You remember, Omar Goodhead raised the alleged that, look at the people that are involved in the murder of the Rivers Minister. He mentioned someone want to seek it. I mentioned Barry Piggy. In a live television, up to today, IG of police, in the Commission of Police, refused to swing into action. And now they are linking Edison Ehie, who is innocent, to that matter. Then their own matter now, them now is innocent. For me, we are saying that police should do the needful, but invite. There are no that is running in. I'm so invite one escape. And then question. They should go and answer this.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much.
Even on it today, they are not even.
All right, thank you very much, Lugaman. I've got to go, sir. Zion from Jerry Walker. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear.
Yeah, the protest in Kano State. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Zion.
I don't know why these people are causing nuisance.
What do you mean by what do you mean by their causing nuisance? I thought it was
of the protest.
I thought it was the right of everyone to protest when things are not going well. And right now, people in Kano State are saying
what is not going well.
The economy, according to them, is not going well.
How?
Inflation is high. The naira does not have value. Sorry.
Why is it? Inflation is in the whole world.
But Nigeria's is high according to them in Kano.
How? No. These were the same people that voted for Tinubu, is it not so? These were people that
Zion,
what he did in Lagos, want to do for the whole country. Why are they protesting?
So because
now, what he did in Lagos is doing it.
So if I voted for Zion to be my local government chairman and Zion, is going astray, should I not call him to order? Should I not say, Zion, I protest against what you're doing? Is that what you're saying? I can't do that.
If what I'm doing is in consonance to the Constitution, you cannot protest.
Why? Even if it's in consonance.
What Tinubu is doing presently has nothing to do with what they are protesting for.
Okay, so what are they protesting for?
These are the man they voted for. Is it not so?
Okay.
Don't forget the second appearance of President Tinubu or the date to receive the certificate of return. What was the comment he stated? He said, I know a lot of you did not vote for me. I want to ask. But a lot protesting. Were they not the one who voted for him?
But a lot of people did not. Zion, calm down. A lot of people did not vote for him. Indeed, I mean, if you add the INEC figures for PDP and for Labour Party, that's like a lot of people. That's about, I think there was over 6.8, 6.1 added together. That's like 13, almost 14 million people who did not vote for him.
But that comment alone, do you know, it's a contravention to democracy.
But
what's the tenets of democracy? Is it not the majority vote?
But he got the majority.
So if a lot of people did not vote for him, how did he get here?
Oh my! He got the majority vote. I mean, you're just trying to be philosophical or logical, I should say. But the point is, I voted for you yesterday. Does not mean I cannot go contrary to you today.
No, now you can't go contrary to me today. You voted for me yesterday.
Okay.
You saw something in me. They saw not me. They saw something in Tinubu, President Tinubu, before they voted for him. Is it not so?
Okay.
For me, their protest has no basis for now.
All right.
Because they're not asking for any item. Oh, the cost of living is high. What kind of protest is that? Why can't they come out? Because of the dollar, we are protesting. Because of fuel scarcity is now 30, 130 or whatever, we are now protesting. Is it not so? When they came out to occupy Nigeria, they were specific.
But they are specific now. They said things in the market are too expensive. Is that not specific enough?
No, I disagree with them.
Okay.
I look at it that they just want to discredit the administration of Bola Tinubu.
Okay.
But once they should allow him to, his wife have told them they should be patient. Is it not so?
Thank you, Zion. I've gone. Frank from D-Line, welcome.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Let me talk about the protest that happened in Kano and Niger State yesterday.
Okay,
yes,
we talked about Niger
yesterday. It's
yesterday.
in the right direction.
Okay.
Because if you check vividly, the Nigerian people have endured this hardship for years now. This Buhari administration. They have enjoyed it, and this man wants to continue with that hardship. It's not good. That's why people came out yesterday to protest. So let me say we have this satisfaction over this high cost of commodity. Mr. President is not even doing anything about it. It's better for us to come out and protest. He will know that we are not happy with the way he handles the economy of the nation.
First, let me ask.
I don't know whether the ministers are giving him what they discover in their various states.
Frank, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you. Frank.
Minister for Make it is supposed to do so, but they are telling him different things and they are playing politics in short.
All right.
I'm happy with the protest, and I pray that the other
it seems,
states
Frank, can you hear
protest.
me? All right, since you can hear me, I've got to let you go. I'm sorry. I was going to ask you, what would you have the government do? Because the government has said on, a couple of occasions that it's what is happening is a reaction to how governance was like in previous administration or administrations, most especially the last one. And so they are saying that they are trying to do the needful, and that is to clean up first corruption that is eating deep into the governance structure by, making the naira liberal and allowing market forces to determine its value, and also to ensure that there is no longer subsidy, which the government can no longer afford anyways. So they're saying these two things will reduce corruption, and they'll also make sure that people who are put into positions are there to provide basic amenities and good governance for the people. So anyways, let's go back to the phone lines. I've got Obina from Iriebe, and after that we'll focus on messages on WhatsApp. Obina, welcome. What's on your mind?
Man of the people.
All right, Obina, welcome.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Yeah, good afternoon.
You see, constitutional right of the citizen. But when a man fails to do the right thing at the right time, he finds himself doing the right thing at the wrong time. When we are here in Nigeria during an election, they called many Nigerians to come and vote. Majority of them didn't vote. I think that the best protest that Nigerians would have done,
Are you there, Obina?
Yes, is through ballots.
Okay.
This one they are doing in Kano and doing other places now may not change anything. it may not be for the good of anybody. But my fear is that the protest might be political or it might be hijacked.
Why do you think it's political? Educate me, please.
Yes. You see that there are some politicians who are not happy over what happened in the last general election.
Okay.
They might ride on the, inflation and the bad economy that is happening and organize people to go and protest. We are here in Nigeria, and when people went to London to protest, some of them don't even know what they are protesting for. Hired protesters. So I think...
Oh, sorry about that, Obin. I guess your call got disconnected. Jude from Amuma. Jude, welcome. Welcome. What's on your mind?
The protest in Kano and
Yeah, Niger was yesterday. We talked about Niger yesterday. Niger was yesterday. Today, we had protests in Kano.
Both of them are very, very appropriate.
Okay.
Somebody said in Israel that word should not be used because they're doing their right. They're exercising their legitimate right. If you go to developed world, cost of food stuff or bread goes up a little. People will be on the street. Developed world, the US and the United Kingdom. So that's what people do. So Nigerians, we cannot be seen as not knowing what we should. The inflation is biting very hard on us. Very, very hard. How else can we tell the government that we can no longer bear the cost of living other than to protest? I bet you many other states will follow suit.
You think so?
The right group is gearing up. We will definitely lead this protest so that people can survive. We fight for the... Nigerians are very much oppressed by this administration.
All right.
And if somebody tells you, somebody said they're trying to have a clean-up of the past administration, how many of them were part of the past administration?
All right. Then.
What are they cleaning up now? They should be cleaning up there. You go to the Senate, go to House of Reps. You see anything they're cutting down to make their cost of living of the people better?
All right.
So this protest will go across other states.
All right.
It cannot. That word nuisance is not appropriate.
All right, Jude.
Exercising their rights.
All right, Jude, thank you very much. They are exercising their rights, you said, their constitutional rights, as a matter of fact. And let's go back to the WhatsApp portal and read some messages. Nicholas Erasmus says, the Niger State and Kano State protest is a confirmation that Nigerians are really passing through hard times. APC government is just promising since 2015 that things will improve, yet nothing is happening. This is very unfortunate and disheartening. Nicholas Erasmus. This one says, please, I want to ask a very pertinent question and I want you to give me a valid response. In what capacity is Remi Tinubu speaking to Nigerians about being patient with the government? What economic position does she hold to decipher how and when the change will come? What political position does she hold? Is she a member of FEC? Why do we do things the other way around in this country? Questions begging for answers. Anene Kenechi from Aba. Anene Kenechi, by the way, she was speaking in the position as the First Lady of the nation. She was speaking with other First Ladies. You know, when I say other First Ladies, the wives of governors of the 36 states of Nigeria. And, you know, she was, you know, telling them that things will get better, that Nigerians should be calm, that things will be better. She said the tough times will fade. Those were her words. All right. But she was just echoing what many other people in the office of the president, you know, said. You know, talking about people like Bayo, people like Malagi, the information minister, people like you know, the president himself. Yeah, even I think the chief of staff had made a statement in that regards that things will get better. Things will get better. They keep reiterating. All right, this one says, good afternoon, Canada. Why is it difficult for Honorable Edison to surrender to the police and clear his name. If he's innocent as he claims, does any court have the power to stop police from carrying out its constitutional duties like arresting and prosecuting alleged terrorists? That question you asked, it's a very how do I put it now? It's a very difficult one to answer, as a matter of fact, because yes, the police has got the responsibility to arrest and prosecute criminal elements. However, some people on this show, by the way, I think it was yesterday, have argued that this could be trump up charge. This could be a trump up charge, or it could be trump up charges. And they are saying that in the time past, some politicians have used security agencies, to go about dealing with people using trump-up charges. And they've given examples. And they gave example to the 2023 election where people like Dagogo were carried. They went back as far as, and mentioned some other things. I can't remember. I would have to replay the show from yesterday to be able to recall some of the things some people said. However, some people are arguing that he is just defending himself, as it could be a difficult one for him if he does surrender. And it will be better for him to be outside and defend himself. But I don't know. I'm also for, just go clear your name and get it done. But some people have argued that trump of charges could be the reason why he's not surrendering to the police. This one says, the level of competence of a government when you see their policies and programs. Look at Tinubu's policies and how the CBN governor is crying like a baby. They've started playing the blame game card now. Tinubu thinks Nigerians will give him time as they gave Buhari time to waste our lives. No time will be given to him. He should act now and act fast. For Rivers State politics, they should continue to play politics while other states are pushing for development. It is unfortunate we still have baby leaders in Rivers State. Franklin, with that one. All right, Chisom deleted his message or a message, I do not know, but I'm skipping to the next one. This one says the court orders in Nigeria can only be obeyed when we have a corrupt, free Nigerian police force that is not willing to take sides on any issue before them, especially when it has to do with politics. The protest in Kano is in the right direction and the right of the people, but will that solve anything? No, I don't think so, because if we don't reduce or stamp out corruption in our system, it will be difficult for things to change in Nigeria. Nigeria is fantastically corrupt. Ibu Fubara is my name. Ibu Fubara, talking about being corrupt, we're talking about corruption next, and hopefully I would be able to speak with Serap Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare, and we'll talk for development. What it says, okay, Indu from Oibo, let's leave Zion and his thoughts. I was hoping you would give me your own thoughts, but I'm moving on now. I'm moving on to the next conversation. Let's see. This one says, good day, Mr. Kalada Korubata, but one of the kidnapped corpers or core members August last year regained freedom. This is good news. The primary responsibility of every responsible government is to protect lives and property. And you said, but the APC-led federal government has failed, and the aim and objective of NYC scheme in Nigeria has been defeated. The NYC scheme should be outrightly scrapped. Owanate Clinton West. Over the weekend, was it, or was it on Monday? I cannot remember now. I think the NYC did say that they would stop, or now they have stopped sending people to areas that are unsafe. But looking at Nigeria and the way Nigeria is right now, one would wonder, is there any place you can actually guarantee as safe in Nigeria? The southwest region, we've seen, pockets of kidnapping and violence and crime and criminality happening there. In the north central, we've seen pockets of violence happening there in Plateau, Abuja, some other places. Maybe not so much in the southeast and south these days, but we've seen these things happen in the northern part of the country, and maybe a pocket of it also in the southern part of the country. And then you ask yourself, really, is there any place that is safe? And it's not me trying to be an alarmist, and I'm just asking a question. This is good day, Canada. It is too bad that many are playing politics with the hardship people are going through. It seems President Tinubu is not aware of what is happening in Rivers State. Wike should be called to order. This is getting out of hand. Watson from Bori. Watson, I think the matter is in court now, and I don't know if it's about Wike and Fubara anymore. But this one says on the suspension, I'm not talking about that, Newton Ikire, suspension of flights to and from Niger Republic. You're asking what happens to the railway that Buhari and Amechi championed. I'm wondering as well. But that's not my conversation, so I would have to skip your message now. Emi Fiaga says the current economic situation in the country should trigger citizens to ask their respective local government bosses and the state governors on what they have done or doing to better the economy at their domains before we collectively demand performance of the federal government, because charity, they say, starts at home. So what has Governor Sim Fubara done since he was inaugurated on 29 May 2023? What has Governor Alex Oti done to better the economy of Abia State since 29 May 2023? Nigeria's economy is not limited to the federal government, Emi Fiaga. And I do think I somewhat resonate with Emi's arguments, because I did see a report where he said since June of 2023 up until now, FAC allocation to the federal, state and local governments have increased astronomically. I mean, hugely, I should say. And one should ask the question, what has been done with all of these allocations? Some people, some economists in that report did say that some governors would use it to give projects and contracts to their friends and cronies, their family members, etc. Some said that, it's used and spent anyhow the governor feels it should be spent. And nobody's really talking about development as it suits the people and as the people it really need. So, yeah, maybe Emi has got a very good argument there. And I think I resonate somehow with it. But this one says, since police have decided to pack soup, it is the right thing for the judiciary to carry the pot of soup and run away. I long expected the DSS to invite the SCD minister that openly said that Sim will be distracted until after his tenure. Rivers people will hold him responsible that him Wike has finished his tenure. Concerning the Kaduna mass protest, it will definitely degenerate to older states because the administration is working with most persons that are supposed to be in jail today. Too many round pegs in square holes. As for the extension of the interim injunction order for Edison Ehie, it's a welcome development. It is now clear that the 8-point resolution is a death trap for Rivers residents, and the silence of Mr. President, who was calling his minister for FCT to order, is a direct insult to Rivers people. Comrade Amadu Charles. All right, I'm going to read two more and then go back to the phone lines because it's almost top of the hour. And at the top of the hour, we'll bring you the business news. So it says, for me to protest won't change anything much. Rather, they're going to come out here gassed and kill people and would still deny it, just as it happened during NSAS. Our problem is not actually the citizenry. Rather, our problem is INEC. If you like, come 2027 and vote heavily against ABC, just as last 25th February election, whoever INEC announces as the winner becomes the winner. If you don't like it, go to court, as we saw during the last presidential tribunal and Supreme Court ruling. As long as people of no integrity continue to be INEC chairman or chairman, if you like, vote 99% against the present government. Whatever they announce is the final. Nigeria need a person like Professor Inena Oti to be made INEC chairman for 2027 general election. But the present government will never do that, as it will still be the chairman there now that will still conduct it, and people would go again to risk their lives voting, which at the end, whoever he announces as the winner remains the winner even after the tribunal and Supreme Court, as we have seen in the last election. All right, thank you. This says it's only a court of competent jurisdiction can decide if charges are trumped up or not. Not an accused. Honorable Edison should answer the call of justice. Okay. Arguments coming in. This is why are people not asking Wike to go and clear himself after Honorable House of Rep member in a viral video accused him of masterminding the killing of Deep Yuang Bashim involving Wike and anything about it. No, means for investigation involving a year is a ploy for destruction. Victor from Egbima. Victor, you would agree that Wike has not been invited, at least not to the best of our knowledge. If he has, then if he had, maybe the police will make it public, and if he has refused to attend respond to the invitation, then who knows? Maybe the police would also have said something about it and declared him wanted. This is it is a shame that the wife of Mr. President is asking Nigerians to be patient. On what ground is she saying so? The same president that promised to kick the ground running from the very first day in office have gone to sleep. And why asking those that are awake to wait till those asleep are awake? It's a shame that even the same government that promised to bring a change has no clue on even the issue facing the majority of Nigerian citizens. Finally, it's a shame that at this point there is no meaningful or significant change from the current government, even after being part of the regime for the past 8 years and playing the past game for 8 years, and still they have no grip on any issue and challenges facing the entire nation. It's a shame of great magnitude. God's life with that one. But I've got Ida from Inkoro going back to the phone lines.
Yeah, I agree to especially.
Yeah, welcome. What's on your mind?
I said this matter yesterday, and do you know that High Court ruled in favor of Edison today too. I don't know what the lawyers are doing. They are completely just this one say this one, this one say this one, this one say this one. Don't trust anybody again. Edison is not to answer anybody, but they didn't see him here and still saying it.
All right.
Before you catch somebody, you see the person red-handed.
I think I had this argument with you yesterday. I'm not going to have it with you. Yes, so just quickly say what's on your mind. All right then. All right then. All right then. Thank you very much, Ida from Inkoro. Please allow him to rest, he said. On Facebook, Itari Prince Ake Kwogo says FCD minister is dragging Rivers State to war. He should warn. Or bring in the minister into conversation. Stanley, good as well. Stanley Rentals. Nash Maxwell says, good afternoon, Kala. I am Nash Maxwell texting from Ukwa, Western Abia State. This issue of kidnapping in the country is getting out of hand. Something is there nothing federal government do to be proactive to stop all this menace? Very good question there. Chinecherem Dena says, good afternoon, Mr. Speaker. I am Chinecherem Dena from Indoki. Mr. Speaker, everything happening in Nigeria now is in God's hands. All right. Emmanuel Silvanus Opona Viobo says, I don't understand what... Okay, let's leave Mr. Zion. Okay. But you do have a point. You said, I don't understand what Mr. Zion is talking about. He keeps saying they voted for Tinubu. Tinubu did not even win in Kano, and I agree with you on that one. NNPP won in Kano, and PDP got some good votes. And so it makes no sense to insinuate that these people protesting in Kano voted for Tinubu. You have a solid point there, I should say. Wisdom Joseph, good afternoon, Carl. I pity Rivers people that are using their strength in this hard economic reality to defend Rivers politicians when a basin of Abuagari is 14,000 naira. No Rivers politician is a saint, even though they tend to picture themselves so to the public. To me, Edison is not a saint, and his involvement in the allegations could be true or not. The only way for him to vindicate himself is to go to the court and let the whole world know that he's innocent, rather than running from it. Don Sam Abadi says, good afternoon, Canada. State High Court extends interim order restraining police from arresting Edison Ehie. To me, it's a welcome development. This indeed goes a long way to prove that the judiciary is indeed the last hope of the common man. The order from the court will further strengthen governance in Rivers State. Okay, so many other messages. Good afternoon, Mr. Canada. State High Court extend interim order restraining police from arresting Edison Ehie. The Nigerian police should be professional in their job and focus their strength on the high rate of abductions in the country. All right, thank you very much. It's time for me to step on a break, and that's what I have for you now. I'll be right back after the news.
Info.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sharon Oja from Flossom. It's 4 p.m. and you better start getting ready for the new Showmax app coming soon. Visit Showmax.